Okay, well, you heard my little editorial pleading for England to remain England. I read distressing things over here. You know that there is a movement to start in the cabinet a minister of youth. This sounds so Clinton-esque because there are many disenfranchised kids here in England who don't find work, and they want to have a minister of youth. It sounds like something out of Orwell, and I wish you people would not be so American. Am I wrong about that?
Well, I think they should have a minister for adults. I mean, because kids can't... No, because kids just get on with being kids and they can generally find something to do to amuse themselves. But the trouble... No, they can't they? I mean, but the thing is when adults, like I'm supposed to be one, and yet I'm still trying to act like a kid. And that's the problem, really. I think if we had a minister who could help us to become adults, I would really like it.
Children don't know what they need. I mean, you ask a child what they need the latest, video game. They don't know that
they just need discipline.
But Emma, they do know what they need. They need the latest video game. I think children are so well served by our government now because there's a minister for sport who raw kick things.
There's a minister of sport?
There is. Oh, yeah. Or there was. Was it this?
I think you're asking the wrong people, I think, about sport, frankly.
Yeah, I know. Whatever. But there's also there's Minister for Employment, should a young person want to get a job. So the only interest left for young people then is getting laid. And you can't quite imagine a kind of government pimp, can you, making announcements saying, we're pumping millions into sluts in the Northwest. You'll get to stick it in a girl if you vote for us.
How long have you had this fantasy, Graham? I think that the bad side of it is the fact that, we have children, maybe, and teenagers and young people who don't know what they're doing, and that's as it should be. Ideally, people between the ages of, say, 13 and 24 should be where they are now without the Minister of Youth. They should be in their bedrooms, locked up, listening to thrash metal, contemplating suicide. It's the only way we have of weeding out the ranks. That's what it's there for. And yes, I said ranks.
Very good.
But I have to tell you, in America, when a politician wants to make points, everything he says is about for the children. This is how Bill Clinton got elected, and other politicians emulate him. They say, it's for the children. Whatever the issue is, it's because how it will affect the children. We are a nation that panders to children. England, I think of it as a nation of adults. Like, Vegas used to be for adults. We lost Vegas. England is the last place for adults.
Well, we used to be for adults. Now, unfortunately, due to the American influence, we've become as bloated and fat and stupid as you are. I mean, that's...
Exactly. I know.
When we left your country, we left it in a pretty fine state. We left it, it was like a beautiful, innocent young girl with a great future ahead of her. When we go back now, she's a fat, bloated crack whore sitting on a couch. And what's worse is she enjoys her work. And, that influence is coming here now.
But it depends are you protecting children? Are you concerned about children? Are you protecting them? Are you giving them what they really need and what's going to give them a better, adulthood? Or are you just listening to them and pandering to them? It's a different thing.
Yes, they are pandering to them, but also it's a matter of, is it the government's job to protect children? Because when they do it, I think parents feel they don't have to, and that's the problem.
But also, but isn't it the young people's job to hate the government? That's the point of them. They can't get on with the government. They can't go, oh, isn't Uncle Tony fantastic? He's brilliant. Backcomb your hair some more, Tony. We love you. They're supposed to hate them.
You're right.
Yeah, well, it's an instant way of... I mean, if they used it in a clever way of, like, if the government endorsed certain things that they really didn't want kids to do, because it's going, oh yeah, come and have a go at this this five-a-side football tournament, and nobody turns up, do they? You know what I mean? So,
right.
So if they thought about it a bit and said, oh yeah, come and have these drugs. They say, oh, you want some of these drugs? Here, come on, get them down.
Jarvis, they'd still do the drugs.
No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't.
They'd still do the drugs.
Yeah, the children, but they're not stupid.
But the problem is with our leaders, because we do have a government that's more interested now, rather like the American model, more interested in how well they're doing in the public opinion polls, how well they're doing socially, how well received they are, than interested in governing. It goes back to that stiff upper lip thing. It used to be that they would ignore the cries of their peers and go ahead and do what they knew was right. Now they don't know what's right, which is why we have hundreds of surveys, why we have all this junk.
And it's become so commercial over here. I have to take an ad. We'll be right back.